Alright, so this is part 2 of the spoiler build. This video is going to cover all the prep and paint, and then at the end of the video we'll be mounting it on the car. So first thing, we're going to be sanding with 320. My buddy has my good sander, so I'm stuck using this electric one, but I would prefer to have my 3M air. So even though I acid washed this, the paint would stick, but I'm gonna go ahead and scuff it up real good just to flatten out any imperfections in the aluminum, and got a little bit of weld splatter, so I want to get rid of that. So let's start with sand. So one of the reasons why I like using this metal reinforced body filler, especially the one from Evercoat, is you know, even though gold body filler is pretty lightweight and stuff, this stuff finishes so smooth you don't usually have to use a glazing putty, whereas with Bondo and fiberglass you're usually going to get some air bubbles and whatnot. Now that all the body filler's done and cured, it's time to start sanding. I'm going to start off with a 220 grit just to knock it down, and I'm going to be using a piece of 1/4 inch tubing just in the seams to give it a nice smooth finish. And then after I'm done knocking that down, I'll probably finish it off with some 320 grit by hand real quick just to smooth it out a little bit more. Alright, all the prep work is finished. Body fillers in place, all the seams. It's time to start painting. It's a little windy today, but that's alright. Still get it done. Okay, so this is the paint process that I'm going to be using on the wing to match my car. It consists of a jet black base coat, a black metallic flake, and a red candy concentrate, which comes in powder form, and it's already been dissolved in reducer overnight. So I spray black first, black flake, red candy, and then clear over that. I'm going to be spraying the black base coat with the Technopro Light with a 1.3 tip. I'm using the FLG4 DeVille Bis for the black flake with a 1.8 tip. And then with the candy and the clear, I'm going to be using the Iwata Bellaria. And that's pretty much the whole process. Alright, I'm going to be doing the black base coat first at around 30 psi, which is I think about 2 bar. And normally I would run full fluid and full fan, but I'm going to go ahead and do the tricky parts of the wing first. And so I'm probably going to back the fan down to like a more of a cone spray, and then I'll open it back up. Alright, now we're doing the black metallic flake out of the FLG4 DeVille Bis. And the flake likes to settle to the bottom, so if you're doing this, always try to keep the gun moving around, shake it around a little bit, keep it mixed up. Alright, let's get it. Around 20 PSI right now on this gun. Alright, now we're going to be doing the candy coat with the Iwata Bellaria. The PSI. Going to be running about 1.5 bar, which is around 20 PSI, I believe. This gauge doesn't read PSI, so I don't know exactly. Alright, we're at the final stage. This is just the clear coat. I'm using the same gun that I used for the candy at 20 PSI still. Okay, so the paint is finished. I did get some orange peel, but that's to be expected with so many different layers of paint. So after I mount it on the car, I'll probably wet sand it real flat and then buff it out. And that will get rid of the orange peel texture. But it's not that bad. See if the flake will show up on camera. Alright, so I finished installing the wing on the Z. I didn't get any footage of the install because I didn't have my tripod. But basically, long story short, I just got it centered with the trunk, held it up with some masking tape in place, and then marked the holes. Then took the wing off and drilled a 5/16 bit all the way through. I had to go... Sorry, my shoes are shitty. But I had to go through 2 pieces of sheet metal. So what I did was on the bottom side, I used a drill bit that was big enough to put my socket through, which happened to be a 3/4 bit. And then I'll put some sound deadener over those holes. And then on the top side, I just used some Permatex gasket maker around the holes just so it doesn't leak into the trunk when it rains, which it just did, which is why the car is wet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me do a quick walk around. You can see how it looks. Alright, so that's it for the wing build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you got any questions, just leave it down in the comments and I'll get back to you. Peace.